Once again, it's time for Tech Tip Tuesday from JQ Office. In today's video, we're going to be discussing how to utilize private printing. Have you ever needed to print something to a shared printer, but you don't want everybody to read it or pick it up mistakenly? Private printing allows that printing to be released at a designated time that you choose. Essentially, it allows you to store confidential documentation on the printer and control when and who it's to be released to. So the first thing I want to show you is how you go about setting this up. I've got my test document open here and I will select the file and then print. Of course, once here you want to make sure that you're selected the correct printer. You also want to make sure that you select any preferences that your document needs, such as staples or colors or etc. And you do this before you click print on your computer. So far so good, right? And now for the fun stuff. Let's dive into printer properties. Then click into application and click on job. To the right, you'll see the option for job storage. Let's select that and then use the drop down to select private print. You have a choice now to specify an access code or have the system prompt you for one. My rule of thumb is that if I'm printing several documents, I'll save time and just type my own code in right now for all of them. If it's just one or two things, I'll have the system prompt me. As you've already guessed, anyone that knows this code and which printer the document's stored on can print the document. This is very similar to how job accounting and KCPS work without the usage reports, of course. So this added feature allows you to designate someone else to print via this code. Mr. Salesman, you can find this document on the sales floor printer and the code is 7890. For our example, I will select the prompt me option and then input 1234 as my collection code. Over at the copier, you'll need to look for the icon called Job Box. Once selected, you'll see that there is a private print job stored there. Selecting that job shows the username of the author's computer, confirming that this is the correct job. Open this and you can select one or all of the jobs that you've sent and wish to print at this time. Enter the password that was stored and select how many copies you need and select Start Print. The document will be printed out of the job box. Again, you cannot change any of the preference settings after you've clicked print on your computer, so make sure that those settings are correct before you send the document to the printer storage. If your organization uses a print server, there are certain settings that need to be enabled on the driver's side on the server in order to make private print a usable feature. Please reach out to our tech team or your IT administrator to get that going for you. By the way, if this is a server-side job, in the job box, no matter how many times you input the correct code, it will show one remaining job and tell you you're using the incorrect code. The code to clear this out of those scenarios is simply 4 zeros, 0000. And that's it. You've learned all about the basics of private printing. It's basically using the printer to hold the document in a queue where you or a designated end user can release the job at your convenience. It allows you to print confidential documentation without it sitting in the output tray of the copier for anyone else to see. So, thanks for watching and join us here at JQ Office for our next Tech Tip Tuesday video. See you then.